Hello, welcome back everyone once again. In the last video, which was the introduction of programming part 1, we have discussed about what is programming, what the importance of developer in developing a program, what is program, why should we need to test the machine, and why programming language is important for us, what's the importance, how we can communicate with machine, and we also understood about data and process. Lastly, we had discussed about data and process. So once again, we can see the example of data. Let's say if I have a one boy whose name is B, having two things, let's say there is one pen and one table. If a boy want to pick pen or table, he need to follow the different process, different pathway. He can't apply the same amount of force on pen or on table. If he want to pick up the pen, he can pick up very easily. But if he want to pick up the table, he need to find some difficulty. So we have discussed that data is uh, in which inside which there is some change, and the change is happened because of the thing is our process. So what will be the process? It depends on the data. It depends on the data type. So if I write if I write a program, if I want to write a program, WAP means write a program. Use here shortly to add two integer number. If I want to write a program to add two float number, this type of data type I will discuss later. If I want to write a program which adding two strings. So there are lots of example I can take here. I just want to explain you that here you can see the process is same. The process is same, addition. We are just adding the data. We are just adding the data. Process is same. But see, the data type is different. The way we adding the integer is not same. We are adding the float or its string value. This will be different. So remember that our process will depend on what type of data. If we are doing the same type of operation, it doesn't mean that our result will be same in another different scenario. So today we mainly mostly discuss about types of data in C program. We start our tutorial mainly from the C programming. C is the mother of all things. C is a basic language, and by learning the C, we will able to make our logic. Because of that, then we will learn another different programming language. Let's carry on. So the data type is mainly defined into two types. There are two types of data we mainly discuss in C programming. First is primitive data type, and second one is non-primitive data. What the mean of primitive and non-primitive? Primitive means building block. Primitive and non-primitive are the two type of data type. Primitive data type are building block data. Building block data type. These are primitive. Let's say if I want to build a house, what I need for making a house, I need cement, I need brick, I need irons, and lots of these equipments. These are the primitive item from which I can make my final output, which is a house. So another example we mainly see here. Remember that whenever it asks that how many types of data in C programming, then you have to say there are two types of data type, primitive and non-primitive type. If they ask about the types of primitive, then mainly we discuss four types of primitive data type. First is integer. As we have studied about integer in our earlier classes, in 6, 7, lots of them. Integer means integers are the numbers integers are the numbers which may be 0 and a negative or positive. For example, 22, 78, minus 82. These all are the example of integer. Remember that integer are just the those value which doesn't have any point. You can see in integer there is no point value. You can also remember by using line representation, real number line. If we want to show the integer, 0 is like it. If we move towards the left, there will be negative one. If we move towards right, there will be positive one. Here is so 1, 2, and 3 like that. Here is so minus 2, minus 2, minus 3. These are all collections, these are all sets, is known as inversion. So second primitive data type we will discuss float. If we raise these all first. Second primitive data type is floating point value. Floating point values are also known as real values. These example are point values like 5.2, 29.7. These all are the floating point. Another one is character value. In short, it is known as char. The character representation is shown by inverted comma. Inside a single inverted comma, we can represent a character. This is the symbolic representation of character. For example, if I want to show alphabet A in character data type, I can show like that A. under inverted comma, D under inverted comma, single inverted comma, C under inverted comma. These all are the integer. These all are the, sorry, integer, not character data type. We can also represent some number in symbolic representation of character. We also represent some symbol like that. So remember that. Never thought in a mind if someone say character is only alphabet. No, character are not only alphabet. Characters are a data type which contain alphabet. Alphabet is just a subset. Another is the numbers from 0 to 9 and all the segments, which we discuss in detail later. Don't worry about that. Next thing is that why data type? Why are the unspecified data type? We do not have to specify why. What the mean of why? Why means empty. Empty. Let's say if I have two jar, one is filled with water, another one is empty, then what I can call? I can call first jar is full, filled, another jar is quiet or empty. Very simple. So void is a unspecified data type. We will discuss in C programming void mainly data management algorithm here. We will study about malloc function, malloc function, predefined data type. These all things we will discuss later in our upcoming video. So next thing is a non-primitive data type. If I discuss non-primitive data type, these all are formed from the primitive data, which was our building block. So in non-primitive data type, first is array, second is string, third one is pointer, fourth one is structure. So we will discuss everyone one by one. So array are the collection of data. String is a collection of character. Array. Let's say if you have any company and there are lots of employees in your company, want to calculate and redefine all the ages of different employees, then we will use their array data type, which is the collection of data. I just give here one example. So collection of character is string. We have using character in symbolic representation like that. A, B is like. But if we want to store a string, if we want to use the string data type, then we have to make the collection of character. For example, if I write here, hello world. Hello world is a collection of characters. See, what's the difference between string and character? String is always using with single character. Sorry, in character, we always using the single inverted comma and alphabet symbols or numbers alone. But in case of a string, we making the collection of character. And here, the double inverted commas. That's the basic difference between string and character. Another two data type we are going to discuss, the primitive one, pointer. Pointer is very much important for us. You have to star mark this. We will discuss in detail about pointer. Currently, you can understand that pointer is used for memory management. Memory management is also a skill which we need to learn comfortably. If we can't able to manage our memory, then we will not able to store or develop our programming languages. And the structure is also important. It is a used to for real life objects. If we want to convert real life object to data, the conversion of real life object to data is done by the structure. This is the importance of structure. There are lots of real life objects you see in your daily life, day to day. And if you want to convert this into data, then you need to have develop the understanding about the structure. And also another data type is union. This union is related to structure, which we will study in detail. So now we will focus on important point about memory. This point we have to keep it in mind while we will discuss about memory. So the basic fundamental thing in memory is bit. What is bit? Bit is a smallest unit of computer memory. The smallest unit of computer memory is bit. This is the definition of it, but we not have to focus on definition, we have to focus on the understanding. See, the greater unit than bit is than byte is. This is the way memory get defined. Bit, then byte, then kilobyte, then megabyte, then gigabyte, and then terabyte, and lots of more than that. We don't have to discuss. Just we have to keep it our mind that 8 bit is equivalent of 1 byte. 16 bit is equivalent to 2 byte. So remember, when you want to convert a byte into bit, then you just have to multiply it by it. Very simple. It's a multiple of it, 8, 16, 24, like that. So memory is mainly used to store the data, or we can use it for override. What's the meaning of override? Override means we can erase some earlier memory and place some other. Let's say if in a memory a number is written 23, I want to put here 63, then simply I will, by using a memory, I will erase this earlier one and make a new memory. Yes. So we are going to discuss every data type in detail. So first data type we will discuss is integer. Integer and its behavior. Firstly, here we discuss what is integer. Second, compiler dependency. Third, range of integer. Fourth, formula, find range. Fifth one is we will introduce reduced modulo concept. Reduced modulo is important for us. You have to understand it properly and butterfly diagram. Still, butterfly diagram is topic. So, firstly, you see what is integer. We know very well integers are the numbers which contain all natural number, whole number, negative values. So, second thing is compiler dependency. Yes, integer is dependent on the compiler. So, firstly, we will see the size of integer. So, in our programming, we will use a different type of compiler. Remember that size of integer depend on compiler. There is no fixed size of integer. If someone say you integer size is, if someone say you size of integer means memory is 16 bit or 2 byte, he is also there. And someone say you the size of integer is 32 bit or 4 byte, he is also. There is no incorrection between them. They both are saying the truth. But this size is mainly depend on the compiler. This 16 bit or 2 byte size we commonly see in Borland turbo compiler. This is the old version of compiler. It is not commonly used nowadays. Today we use GCC compiler. You will see GCC compiler where the size of integer is 32 bit. So if someone asks you what the size of integer, then simply say it depends on the compiler. If someone asks you what the size of integer in GCC compiler, then say 4 byte. If someone asks you what the size of integer in Borland turbo compiler, then say 2 byte. So we can follow different operations on integer. Okay, like multiply, divide. This is very simple one. Main thing is that we have to discuss the range of it. The range of integer is mainly very depends on what is our compiler. In Borland turbo compiler, the range is vary between minus 32768 to plus 32767. Means if I want to store some number between these range, then this will be workable. The memory is finite. Second, if someone asks you the range of integer in GCC compiler, then you can say that 2 minus 2 1 4 7 4 8 3 6 4 8 2 plus 2 1 4 7 4 8 3 6 4 7. These things you didn't need to be. Just I show you the range. I will also show the formula that how you can find the range. Formula. So our memory is finite. Let's say if I see here one bottle, this bottle space is finite. We can't store much more water than its capacity. If we want to store some video, we need a storage, and storage is also finite. If we want to go by lift, then it depends on how much person will go. It depends on the capacity of lift. So memory is our finite. There are lots of examples we can see, but remember that NU is finite. So next thing we have to discuss that what's the formula we mainly use to find range of formula that is used to find the range of integer. So formula is in negative case minus 2 raised to the power n minus 1, 2 plus 2 raised to the power n minus 1 minus 1. What is the n? N is number of bits. Understood? Let's say if I want to store an integer uh, uh, if I want to store integer like minus is if number of bytes I have 12, then the range of integer will be minus 2 raised to the power 12 minus 1 2 plus 2 raised to the power 12 minus 1 minus means minus 2 raised to the power 11 minus 2 plus 2 raised to the power 11 minus 1. This is when you calculate, you will get 2748 2048 2 plus 2048 47. So what we understood, the power raised to the to so as is the data type. So the bits moment is 2 raised to the power 0. So in, you know its value very well. 2 raised to the power 0 is 1. Any number power 0 is raised to 2 raised to the power 1 is 2. 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. The very basic thing. If someone asks you 2 raised to the power 3, you not have to calculate. Just multiply 2 into 2 into 2. So 8. 2 raised to the power 4. 2 into 2 into 2 into. In general case, If integer is written like a raised to the power m, then you have to multiply a into a, whatever in the base, m times. This is the very basic concept of integer. So if we can declare the integer like the integer x, and this integer maybe, for example, if I take the x value is 32767 in turbo compiler, it is between the range, so there will be no any error. And also if I go out of the range, this will also not show the error. I show you how this happens. This thing I can show you with the help of turbo circle diagram. Turbo ring circle. This is the circle. This is also workable for GCC compiler also. You know very well the range of turbo compiler for integer is -3267 to +3276. So thing is that the value which we commonly use for the turbo compiler, it's very like that. Middle of that is a 0, and this the opposite side is 32767. 0 to 32767, like 1 is all positive number included in this part, and all negative number like -1, like that, is included in this part, like here -3276, 8, 3276, 7, like that. -2. So thing is that whenever you want to store some data in GCC or Turbo Compiler, in case of integer, then all these value will lie in the range. And also, if you put some value which is out of the range, then it will revolve round the circle. It will never show you error. Let's say if you store here 48769 like value, then this will get revolve around and give you some values which you can check. Not need to remember it. So example, hmm. For example, if I using here turbo compiler, I can show you in Borland turbo compiler. It is showing like this. Hatch include stdio dot h. This I will explain you later. Do not have to worry about it. This is just a syntax. Hatch include on your dot h. Then void name void main curly braces. This, if we write a program like that, printf size of integer interval is equal to percentage y size of input. This thing I will explain you later that what I am doing, what type of program I am writing. But currently, if you are want to learn, no problem. Here I write include stdio. STDIOH means it's standard input and output. Here I am saying to compiler, oh compiler, input my header file inside this one to my one input is I will explain it later. Why I already explained this is a non-primitive, this is a primitive data type, means this is an empty data type which contain malloc, talloc type concept. Printf is a command. Here I am using slash n, which is used to write a program in print something inside the another line. Printf is a function which you use to print something on console listing. So if I want to find out the integer size, I like a program like that. Here I write pers- percent %d because percent %d is used for the equation of integer. Then I using here get ch function. Here, what the output I will get. Here it show on the console screen as output like size of integer in turbo equal to 2 bytes. Now you can also check this program on the turbo compiler if you have. It's a very older one. You will be find from something then you will. I am going to show you this type of program in Visual Studio. Let's say if I make some fine like equal to dots. So this is a basic C file I've created. Here, if I write a program, instead of making this, I have to create some another one file like this. I think so. If I can create one file, yes, I can name the file that intro action to see now. Then open this folder, the Visual Studio files. We'll show you later that how this could happen also. But currently I want to show you the size of integer in GCC compiler, which I have already installed. I'll show you the method how we install you. Here, right, let's say integer.c file. Here, right, this is what is this is GCC column. Using the method that includes stdio dot h. Then in another line, I will write int main parenthesis enter small parenthesis small brackets printf conjugation printf in inverted comma I will write size of integer in GCC compiler is equal to percent drive files. Means whatever will be the size of integer, it will show me as an integer form, either 4, 5, but reality is 4. So I can write here after comma size or size small parenthesis. The last thing there is so the red mark because there is error in program. No, semicolon. So edit space. Now this. Okay. Now I will run the terminal. I will write like GCC file name that field control. You can see this is the size of integer in GCC compiler is 4 bits. 4 bytes. So if I put here some file, if I use turbo compiler also, I can write like that has include stdio.h, column.h, void main, then int a. If I define some variable value like 32767, then ca or scr, I will show you what's the use. Real R scr mainly used for clearing the console string of turbo compiler. Here, if I like CLS, I'm pressing the intermediate. So value of a, if I want to print, you can print like that. No problem with that. Can also show you some program for inline. So it's setting the less this will apply coverage. And remember that GCC compiler, what the range of integer? Minus 2147483648 2 plus 2147483646. Here I will write int 8. Here I declare one variable. It is of integer data type. Let's say its value is 2147483648. which is at our range point. And if I print, use the printf command and write like value of a equal to percentage d, semicolon. Then if I want to run this program, to write like that, DCC in, then press the tab key, the tab key, 2147. The value it actually print to it. This can usually be print, but instead of that, if I write here 9, then see what would it be the change. So again, I write VCC, stream. Let's say after 214783649, this is the value out of the range. It should be show the error. This is a demerit of C program. Here it show me the value which is of the negative line. I already show you such type of diagram that how Biscuit overflow get rounded again and again. The value which you use in GCC compiler never save error. It moves in the circuit round and round. After getting entering the value out of the range, they will show you another negative, then another positive, another negative, like that. Never show you error. So this is the effect of C program. Or let's see the compiler. In the later video, we will discuss about the floating point value like. Thank you. That's all for attending the lecture.